I have generated over 90 million views across multiple social media platforms, then turned it to over £1 million in revenue collected for one of my many clients, and all of this in just under 10 months. Now, in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the exact flywheel system I have used to get these results, as you can see right here. And I know you don't like fake screenshots, which is why I'm going to be taking you on my screen where I can share the dashboard with you and you can see that these are real numbers in real time. Before we get into the details of this flywheel system and how you can use it and implement it for your own business and offers, I just want to make it clear that this system will work for you if you're doing B2B, selling business to business, or if you're selling B2C, business to clients. And also, I just want to clarify that this is not some sort of latest cold email, cold DM, or outreach method bullshit strategy, and neither how to get viral hack. This is nothing like that. It is an evergreen system that will make clients chase you if you implement it correctly. With no further ado, let's get right into it. As you can see on my screen, this is the exact system my client have used and implemented, and this is what landed them over £1 million in revenue in just under 10 months. So first of all, we're starting with a screenshot from their dashboards. And as I said, I'm not really a screenshot guy, so let's get into the dashboard itself. As you can see right here, we've got Meta Business Suite from January 1st, 2025 up until May. So simply the first 5 months of 2025, this client have already generated over 30 million views, as you can see right here, with 91% coming from organic source and 9% from advertisement. And also, it does not necessarily mean you have to go viral in order to be able to use the system. No, this client, yes, they've managed to go viral because I was behind them, I helped them, and I made sure to position them how they need to be positioned. For you, I will be showing you exactly how to position yourself, what content to create, what outreach methods to leverage, so that you can implement this system the right way for your business, for your services. Let's check their TikTok dashboard for now. As you can see right here, they've got 34 million views over the last 365 days with 1.3 million likes and 32,000 shares. These numbers are stupid. These numbers are crazy stupid because this client, they've actually made over £1 million, a lot more than £1 million in just under 10 months. And this is what happens when you do simple strategies. This is what happens when you don't complicate things. So, who am I? Why should you be listening to me? And why should you trust me in the first place? So now that you've seen the proof, now that you've seen the numbers, a little bit about me. So my name is Z, and I got started back then in 2020. I started with Shopify dropshipping. Then right after that, I got into, let me just get my eraser. So right after that, I got into NFTs, especially building communities and helping NFT creators sell their projects. And right after that, early 2022, I got into SMMA, lead generation, the agency world. I love the agency world. It's changed my life. I've learned a lot of skills, and I am here to basically share the growth that I've had over the last 5 years with you guys. So you can use it, you can implement it, and hopefully I can be a reason for your growth. So we all agree that over the last 5 years, a lot has changed, right? And it's a good sign because if we're not changing, if there is not change, that means we're not evolving. There's no growth. But there's a certain category of people, the only change they had is they actually got 10x, 10, 20x, 30x more powerful, stronger, and richer. And I am talking about the gurus. I'm talking about Iman Gachi, Alex Hormozi, Charlie Morgan, Hamza. There's a lot of them. When it comes to this category of people, they are endless, right? But what do all these guys have in common? If you deep it, yes, they sell different services, they do different things, but they all have one single thing in common. And you can typically say that they're implementing the same exact strategy, which is very basic, which is this flywheel system that I'm going to be sharing with you. And just to prove to you that not only them can use this strategy, I can use it, you can use it, and currently there are other people using it. Simply people who started about 2-3 years ago, maybe 6 months ago, and they're using exactly what these guys have been using over the last 5 years. And as you can see right here, we've got people like Nick Setton, we've got people like Carson Reed, Master Stam. I'm not affiliated or related to these people in any way. It's just that these guys right here, they are implementing what these guys are doing. And basically minimum, all of these guys right here, they're making minimum 100K because Carson Reed is making anywhere between 500K to 600K. You can check his YouTube channel. Great guy. You've got Nick Setton, same way. He's making over 100K. Master Stam, same thing. So what do all these guys have in common? What is this one secret that you are not using, that you don't know about? Maybe even they don't want you to know about. Because I can tell you that some of these guys have told you not to do what I'm about to tell you to do. Because I don't know why. What I'm going to tell you to do, so many of them tell you to avoid it. They tell you it takes time and you won't see results fast. Yes, true. But why are you doing it? If you are doing it and you're telling me not to do it, make it make sense. That doesn't really make sense, right? And what is this thing that these guys right here and these guys right here have in common? It's basically content creation. We are in an era and a time where content creation is no longer an option. It is essential. The right question you should be asking yourself is, how well can you execute it? So in the current market dynamics, if you are a business owner, and I'm not telling you to become a full-time content creator or an influencer, by the way, you just need to be on camera, create a portfolio, show to people what you do, your skills, your services, and how people can trust you, because people buy from people. So if you're a business owner and you don't want to create content, I can tell you now that you have an expiry date and you're going to run out of business at any point from now on, right? If you don't want to create content, you should question yourself. You should double check yourself. That's all I can tell you, because we are in an era where content is king. Like nothing beats content at this point. How did these guys become so successful? So if we look at basically these gurus right here, and we look at these guys right here. So Nick, I think he's got he's got 10K subscribers on YouTube. Carson Reed has got 17K and Master Stam has got 9K. By the way, Carson Reed went from literally, I believe 1,000 followers to actually 17,000 within just 6 months. Why? How? Simply because he leveraged content the right way. This is exactly what happened. But most importantly, it's you need to fathom the fact that content creation is a must, and you need to adapt and you need to start creating content. So how are you going to do that? This is exactly what I'm going to be showing you right now. So in this world, I've managed to actually summarize 3 types of creators, right? So we've got creator number 1, we've got creator number 2, and we've got creator number 3. Creator number 1, these are the type of creators who are just posting for entertainment. They do go viral, but they get low quality leads. So even if they do go viral here and there, not always, they don't always go viral. And even if they manage to build an audience, it's low quality leads, because their sole purpose of posting content online, it's basically not to monetize it. They're just being clowns, and we don't want to be clowns. And I have no hate to this category of people, by the way. And simply, you don't want to be this creator, and my flywheel system does not depend on being this creator. Then we've got creator number 2. So creator number 2, you post value content related to whatever you do. It can be your skill set, it can be about your lifestyle, it can be anything that you want to monetize, right? So you don't go viral, but you get high quality leads. Let's say you do short form or long form. It depends. For example, for my client in this case, they did not need to do YouTube because of their service, because of what they sell and their niche. So there was no need for them to actually post on YouTube. They only focused on short form content. They didn't need to be on LinkedIn. They didn't need to be on X. They needed to be on Instagram and TikTok. And this is the only thing that actually, this was their lead generation machine. Now, depending on what you do, you find where your audience is, where they spend most of the time, and that's where you're going to be creating your content, because you're going to be sharing to them. You're going to be telling them, oh, hi, hello, I exist. This is what I do. They see you once, they see you twice. Watch the video till the end. You're going to understand exactly what I'm talking about. So, as I said right here, creator number 2, you post content related to whatever you do, a skill set, a lifestyle, anything that you want to monetize. Simply, you don't go viral, you get a couple hundred views, maybe you get a couple thousands, but you get high quality leads. Imagine this, you post a short form video that gets 1,000 views on Instagram, right? And in that 1,000 views, you might have 10 qualified leads, 10 potential buyers. They see you once, they see you twice, and then they potentially buy from you. So simply, you want to start being this creator, and we're going to go through it, more details of how you can master being creator number 2. Then after that, we've got creator number 3. These creators, they have finished the game, because simply they do go viral, they get high quality leads, and it is your aim as creator number 2 to become this guy right here. Simply, these guys are the gurus. This is people like Iman Gaji, Alex Hormozy, and all. They are creator number 3. And we can link people, for example, like Nick Setin, the guys I spoke about here, like Carson Reed, Master Stamp. And by the way, there is hundreds, if not thousands, of guys like this. I just wanted to make it simple and clear, so that you guys have 3 different guys selling different things in different niches. So you can go check them up and understand what they are doing and how you can actually position yourself and kind of not copy them, but copy them in a way that you can grow your business, if that makes sense. So These guys are creator number 2, and these guys right here are creator number 3. I hope that makes sense. I hope that's clear. If you actually have any questions about this whole type of creator, which creator you need to be, just make sure to drop your questions in the comments. I will personally answer you. No problem at all. Right, so now that you understood all 3 different types of creators and you know which creator you need to be, which is creator number 2, it is time for you now to see the flywheel, and I call it the happiness flywheel. It consists of so many things that I'm going to be breaking down for you. And most importantly, I'm going to be doing a live demonstration for you to show you exactly how you use this flywheel for your own business. It doesn't matter if you're a coach, if you're a consultant, if you're a service provider, this system will work for you, and I'm going to do a demonstration for you. So let's get right into it. As you can see right here, this is the flywheel that I've been talking about, and it consists of a couple of things. As you can see right here, we've got effective cold email strategy, and it doesn't matter. It can be any outreach method. You can do cold email, cold calls, cold DMs, whatever you want to use it. Then after that, we've got short plus long form content. However, it needs to be authentic, because people will not resonate with you if you're not being authentic, if you're not being yourself on the camera. People won't like you, and therefore they won't buy for you, and you're gonna basically, you won't be able to nurture your leads, right? But if you do these 2 steps right here correctly, you're gonna be able to nurture your leads, and therefore you're gonna have inbound reach out, which is basically hot leads, and that's an easy sale. So you don't have to chase people. You don't have to chase sales, because people are going to pay you with their attention, their time, and therefore they're going to like you. They're going to feel like they need to pay you back because you give them a lot of value on your content. Therefore, they're going to reach out to you. Hi, John, take my money. Please help me with my business, right? So once you have sales, what's going to happen is you're going to have clear KPIs. What do we mean by that? You're going to have clear KPIs on organic content. You will know which content did perform well. You will know which copy did perform well, and therefore you can leverage ads at this point, but you won't be selling on the ads. You're going to be doing a lead opt-in form. So you're going to be collecting people's emails, phone numbers, and therefore whoever opts in through the ads, whoever you want to get attention, right? So you want to get people to know that you exist. So once they know that you exist and you get their attention from the ads, they're going to fall into this whole sequence. And if they qualify to your service, initially they will end up being here and you will end up making money. So this is what the flywheel consists of. I personally, my client have never done outreach. It was all based on content, and so many people are just leveraging content, only content. But if you're starting, or maybe if you're already making money and you're doing outreach, keep doing outreach, but start creating content and gradually do the transition into content, because you need content sooner or later. So let's start our live demonstration. As you can see right here, we've got a lead gen system. You can use anything that you want, cold email, any outreach method. But what you must use, as you can see right here, is the authentic short plus long form content. So this is the current situation of an agency, any business opportunity, right? And whether you're making money or you're not, let's say if you're not making money, you're making 0. If you're making money, you're making 10K per month, 20K per month, 50K per month, and you're stuck. You can't scale past that. This is your case, right? So if you're not creating content, you've got no brand identity, no personality, no face. Therefore, people don't know you. And like that, you have low credibility, low social proof and trust. And that is going to lead in you having basically slow sales, inconsistent growth, and struggle to scale. And you don't want to be this guy, because we want to make money, right? In the current market dynamics in 2025, people buy from people. What do we mean by that? People buy from real faces, a real authority, and a strong nurturing system. And also, let me tell you something very important. And this is backed and based on real data, right? This is actually real. So a lot of people in the space have been simply pushing ads, different creatives, and spending huge budgets on ads, and they did not convert. Clients actually did not buy from them. Why? Because you can't take someone from being cold to actually hard sell them. No, you're skipping a whole nurturing part. Even a lot of people say, oh yes, we do the nurturing. How do you do your nurturing? Have you got content? No. For me, if you don't have content, don't tell me you're doing nurturing, because you're skipping that part. So and also, again, simply doing cold email campaigns won't convert leads. Even with the best copy offer, it simply won't work. It even got to the point where people are giving some crazy risk reversals. Oh, if I don't help you get 50 clients within 90 days, I'll give you $10,000. I'll sell my house. I'll sell my kidney. Are you being for real? Like, what is this? What has it got to? Because this is some crazy shit. But most importantly, let's keep going. Again, pushing cold DMs plus cold outreach, LinkedIn cold calls will not work. Again, why? This is simply because leads, prospects, potential clients' brains are fried. Your ICP's brain is fried, getting bombarded by pitches nonstop. Put yourself in your client's shoes. If you're doing B2B, those infopreneurs, your potential clients, they are getting bombarded and pitched nonstop all day long. You don't, and again, how are you going to stand out if you don't have content, right? So if you are the guy with content and they have a pain point that you potentially solve, they're going to be consuming your content, either short form or long form. But trust me, they will be consuming your content. But if you're just reaching out to them and you might be the best service provider, they will never actually be interested in you because they're not binge watching your content, and you want your potential clients to binge watch your content. Again, it got to the point where these infopreneurs no longer bother to watch ads. I actually have friends, they skip ads. They no longer open emails because they are consistently being pitched, and you are another simple advertiser to them, even if your offer is a killer, which is a shame. Well, you must think, what the fuck is working effectively in this current market? It looks like I made it impossible for you to sell and make money. Well, your answer is here. A full end-to-end lead generation system tailored to your offer and needs is basically what will 100% bring in sales in the current market dynamics. Your mission is simple. How are you going to be leveraging the flywheel? This exact flywheel that I showed you right here. How are you going to be leveraging it? So as you can see right here, treat your prospects like this. These are your prospects, right? So they go from cold to being warm to being hot. What do I mean by your leads being cold? They never heard of you, they have zero trust, and they won't make a purchase with simple ads and cold emails, etc. Why? Because there is zero trust. Instead, you take them from being cold, so you get their attention, whether it is from ads, whether it is from cold email, whether it is from content, whatever it is that is going to be your attention, whatever it is that you're going to capture your attention from, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to take them from cold to warm. How are you going to take them? So taking prospects from cold to warm is actually a lot of work, because visualizing it looks easy, but doing the job is very complicated, because again, what are they going to be doing here? They're going to be consuming your content. So content, sorry, like my typing is so bad. I can barely use this mouse. So, and to basically take your prospects on this journey right here, it might take a month, it might take 2 months, it might take 6 months, it might take a week. Again, it varies, it depends. But most importantly, it's you are respecting your prospects, and you are treating them how you should be treating them, which is basically turning them from cold to warm. Now that you basically have your prospects, they have became warm. Let me just delete this. Now that they have become warm, that means what? They are familiar with you. They are in the process of being nurtured, because the nurturing started here from being cold, and all of this is happening. Educated, they self-qualify themselves, which is very important. That means you won't have unqualified leads, because you basically are telling them who you work with while they're watching your content, so they can tell if they can actually benefit from your service or not. They can tell if they can afford working with you or not, and they can tell if they can actually resonate with your personality and they like you or not. Very simple, right? They have better understanding of what you provide plus some trust, and they can tell if they will benefit from your service or product, right? Again, now this is where the fun really starts, because to turn your leads from warm to hot, it's also a lot of work. It is a grind, and there is a lot of spikes on the road. Too many spikes, because simply here, they become paying clients, right? And for someone to become a paying client, it's a lot of work. So at this point, when they become hot, they are almost fans, because they've consumed your content, they trust you, they like you, and they are a follower. They're literally waiting for your next video. When is it? And literally, whenever you drop a video, the watch time, whether it's long form or short form, they watch it all. Why? Because they trust you. They know there is something that they can learn from you, and this is very important. So they know your service plus value. Most roadblocks, objections have been handled, because you are way past the ice breaking stage. Again, when they are here, because you've done all the work during this process, you did not personally face-to-face with them handle their objections, but you've worked on it along the way. So that means your sales call won't be a 2-hour sales call where you're breaking the ice and convincing them why they need your service and how good you are, showing them previous case studies. All of that won't be needed. They will reach out to you. They would want to opt in. Hi, John, I like your service. Here's my money. Take it. Very simple, right? So again, this is very important, and this is exactly what you need to master. So if you master this very well, congratulations, you successfully have a 6-figure business. Very simple. If you master this, you successfully have a 6-figure business, because you're treating your potential clients with respect. For me, if you're disturbing my peace, that is disrespect. How do you know that I need your service when you're doing your cold email, your cold outreach? I don't need your service. Why are you reaching out to me? You're disturbing my peace. But instead, if I'm in pain, I find out about you, I see your content, I see the value that you provide, I'm interested in it, I slowly get nurtured, I gradually get interested in you, I feel like I'm respected in a way because you're not invading my privacy. Very simple. So what happens is basically they become inbound leads. They reach out to you. Sales can be closed without pitching, without huge objections, and quality leads at a steady flow rate, brand authority, and simply leads landing on autopilot. Not only you've got leads on autopilot, but you've got the brand authority at a steady flow rate, because again, content is evergreen, it never dies. You might film a video, record a video today, it will still bring you clients a year, 2 years, 5 years down the line. So content is very important. And again, if we go back to the point why most gurus tell you not to create content, I still do not have the answer to that, because it's exactly what they do, and it's their main source of income. All the money they're making comes from creating content. They started from creating content. Why are they telling you not to create content? No flipping idea. So this is your sign. You need to actually start creating content. Do not become an influencer. Post your value, share with people your skills, show us who you are. Gradually, slowly, you're gonna learn, you're gonna adapt, and also you're gonna have leads. Slowly. You don't have to be a top creator since day one. This is a skill, you're gonna learn it, and trust me, it is the best skill you can ever learn, because a lot of successful people who actually started with creating content, they say that content creation was the best skill they ever learned. You must be saying, how can I keep getting leads at a steady flow rate, and how can I get that brand authority? Z, you did tell us a lot, but you did not really explain step by step in terms of what to do from taking leads from being cold to warm, which is true. I did not tell you what to do exactly step by step. And I told you there's a lot of spikes as well from taking leads from being warm to hot. And I told you there's a lot of hard work. Why? Because simply when you're doing this, you are basically plugging them into this funnel, which I am going to break down step by step right now. So this right here is basically this right funnel. So more details of the whole cold, warm, hot sequence in this funnel. So just for your understanding, the blue here is basically the cold, and middle of the funnel is warm. Let me just type it. So this is going to be cold. Sorry about the bad handwriting. This is going to be warm. And this is going to be hot. I have a terrible hand. Trust me, if I get a pen and I write using a pen, it will be a lot better than using a mouse. Trust me. So you couldn't care less, right? But let's get right into it. Now, what is it that you need to do to be able to take your leads from cold to warm and warm to hot? Right. So top of the funnel, which is cold, you're going to be doing authentic short form plus long form content. Again, you need to find where your ICP is, your ideal client profile. You need to know where they spend and hang out the most. So it can be LinkedIn, it can be Instagram, it can be on YouTube Shorts, for example, it can be on X. It depends. Let's say, for example, your ICP spends most of their time on Instagram and YouTube. So you're going to be focusing on pushing content on Instagram, story sequences, value content, lifestyle. They need to know who you are. And on long form content on YouTube, you're going to be doing the same. Most importantly, you're going to be sharing value content, client testimonials. You're going to show them who you are, the value that you bring, and why they should trust you in the first place. So pushing organic content hits the sweet spot, because if they have a pain point and they come across your content and you solve that pain point, boom, the trust just goes through the roof. So that's what happens. And also, you're going to be putting in lead magnets in exchange for an opt-in for their emails. Therefore, you can leverage not really cold email at this point, but I would say it's a newsletter. And that's how you start building that trust. So if you create content, you can even send them an email, because now they are in your newsletter. So you can send them that, oh, hi, I have a new video, go watch it. You see, you're not invading their space. Like, they gave you permission to invade their space. There's a huge difference. So once you do all this successfully, you can say that now your lead have became warm, right? What do you do now at this stage? You keep nurturing them. And how? With more content. So nurture leads who did opt in from content. So if you have their emails, send them videos, for example, send them emails to watch your videos, for example, of testimonials, case studies, free value, and also keep pushing content, because you have to see it and look at it this way. If a lead comes across you and they see your video for the first time, but they did not see all your previous videos, so when they click on your profile on your YouTube channel, they're going to see all the videos that you've posted previously, and they're going to go through that, and they're going to go through the future content that you're going to be posting, which is very important. So a lot of nurturing happens, and that's why content is important, because it's evergreen. It never dies. They go through your videos maybe 12 months ago, and they are consuming what's coming in the future, and boom, you've shortened the time. Like, you've shortened this whole funnel. Instead of the funnel taking, let's say, 5 months, it will take them 4 weeks. Oh, sorry, what happened here? It will take them, for example, 5 weeks to become your client. It's very simple. So increase watch time across platforms. Again, that's what you're going to be doing. And news, I wouldn't say cold email. Let me just delete this. I don't know why I did put cold email. It should be actually newsletter. So basically, newsletter follow-ups, introduce them to your social media presence, as I said. And that's how, if you do all of this successfully, then you can say that you took them from warm to being hot. Once they are hot, and you also need to take action. It doesn't mean if they are hot, they are ready to buy. You also need to take action to make them give you that money. And how do you do that? I wouldn't say aggressive. I know I did type aggressive, but again, emailing them is the best thing you can do, because you're not a stranger at this point. They trust you, they know you, they want you to invade their space, especially if they are in pain. Offers stupid to reject. You can create scarcity. For example, if you have a school community, you can say, oh, this month is a half price, or you will, if you do coaching, I will only be taking 2 more people. Try and create some sort of scarcity at this stage, because they are your fan. They are into you, and they are basically hesitating whether to work or not with you. And you need to know how to basically take advantage of that psychology, right? So what you're going to do, the most important thing that you will not stop doing, is basically keep pushing content on social media for all funnels and lead stages. Having a clean nurturing sequence from cold, warm, and hot. Content, you never stop it, because if you stop content, remember the flywheel that I've shared with you. This whole flywheel right here is based on content. So if we remove content, there is no flywheel, there is no clients, there is no lead flow, there is no money. So you never want to stop basically pushing content, because content is what's gonna basically take your lead, nurture your leads during these different lead stages, as you can see right here. The one advice I can tell you, you need to first understand that you're not building a personal brand. This is, at first, you're not building a personal brand, but I advise you to do so. But I don't want you to see it as if you are building a real personal brand and you are becoming a full-time creator, because that is not what you're doing. You are just sharing what you know, your experience, share it with others so they can see the value you bring. That is simply how you basically need to see it. And by the way, if you found all of this valuable, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because the next video that I'm going to be dropping and the next ones are going to be a lot more in-depth and more details in terms of how to leverage content to basically get leads for free. It's that simple, right? So the system you should apply, it summarizes into this. So how are you going to be using the flywheel? It's very simple, right? We've got short form content right here, which, again, so many people would tell you not to do it, and they would tell you, oh, just go and do long form content. Yes, long form at the moment, it works very well, but give it more time. Short form will have the same importance as of long form content. Some people say that, oh, short form content is for short attention span human beings. Yes, that is true, but for your ICP, the person in pain, they need both. If you want to fast track them, leverage both, short form plus long form. Short form, show them the lifestyle, they like you, you're making 100K per month. I want to make 100K per month as well. You see, now they saw that life, they saw that Porsche, that Ferrari, whatever you're doing on the short form, right? But then they would go to your, very simple. I'll summarize it again. Maybe I did complicate it. Short form, and send them to your long form. Leverage your short form to send them to your long form. Lifestyle on short form, value on short form, and then if you want more details, put your YouTube video in the description or something, send them to see more value, more nurturing time. They're gonna binge watch your videos, very simple. So Again, short form, pick your platform, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn, whatever you want to be. Lead magnets, very important. And also you can leverage with the best outreach method for your ICP. What I mean by outreach here, it does not necessarily mean you need to be doing cold calls or cold emails or cold DMs, but a newsletter is very good. And that's simply what I mean here by leverage with the best outreach method for your ICP. Again, long form content, YouTube, you get high quality leads. YouTube is basically becoming the world's, if not, it is one of the best search engines, but the search engines for videos, if that makes sense. And it's taken over. Literally, if you don't know something, you're going to come to YouTube, you're going to say how to do X, how to do Y. So again, a lot of people are using YouTube and they are in pain when they ask that question, how to do X. So that's why you need to start creating YouTube videos, right? And also, more importantly, these are facts. This is backed by real data. Videos drive action. 73% of consumers prefer video to learn about products and services. 87% say a video convinced them to buy. And longer videos, 30 to 60 minutes, have the highest conversion rates when viewers are qualified. Because if someone is not interested in whatever you basically are talking about, whatever tutorial you're doing, whatever value you're giving them, why in hell they would stay and watch your 30 minutes, 60 minutes, 45 minutes video? That means they're just stupid and they won't do that, right? And also what you can do is a cold emailing system infrastructure or a cold email, whatever you want to do, leverage it. I'm not telling you to basically stop doing outreach. I don't want you to stop, especially if you're making money from it. Gradually transition into content creation, but please do not stop it. Keep doing what's making you money. If you're a complete beginner, right, you can start 100% from content. But if you're basically making a couple of thousands, maybe $5,000, $6,000, leveraging outreach, keep doing that and gradually start focusing on content, you're going to see a lot more money. So now there is the last thing that I want to talk about, which is basically why my system will 100% work out for your offer in 100 days. What I mean, I'm not trying to sell you nothing. There's no call to action. There's nothing like that. My call to action is basically going to be go subscribe to my channel. I'm going to put in also my Instagram right here. Go follow me. There's a lot more value to come. This is simply my only call to action I'm going to be making in this video. But what I mean right here is why this system will work for your offer, what you sell within 100 days. Very simple. Most ICP's attention is almost impossible to obtain. And you know that very well. It's very difficult to get your ideal client's profile attention. If you do B2B, most infopreneurs are on high alert looking for new trends and ways to make more money simply by consuming what? Organic content. That's what they do. That's exactly what they do. Why? They focus plus give more attention to organic content, which leads to a higher watch time, and they avoid ads. So they basically, if you're doing B2B and you're targeting infopreneurs, any type of entrepreneurs, not just infopreneurs, they avoid ads and they give more attention and value organic content. You see the difference right here, because they know they are being pitched on the ads, unless it is a wow effect type of ad, which I can barely see. People are copycats. So if they see something valuable on organic content, they're going to give it the attention and they will be willing to listen to it. So, and also you need to understand that I believe at this point you do understand that their inboxes are constantly receiving pitches with the best offers, best copywriting, and all sort of things. Unless it's unique, they won't look at it. It's very simple. And even if it's unique, they won't look at it. Very simple. So we are getting into a time and an era where basically content is becoming king. If you don't leverage content, you simply are going to run out of business at any point, come at any time soon. And that was that from me. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please make sure to leave a comment. Any questions, I'll answer you, and I'll see you on the next one.